It is never okay for someone to touch you inappropriately. And when that comes from a supposed man of God, you really begin to question everything.
Earlier on KXAN News at 6, we were the first to sit down with some of the women who filed a civil lawsuit against a former Austin priest, Father Isidore Natagizimana, or Father Izzy. One of those women tells KXAN investigator Brittany Glas that the priest used his power to isolate, then assault her during confession.
And Brittany, she agreed to speak to us if we protected her identity.
Yes, and as you mentioned, she's part of that lawsuit which claims the Austin diocese moved the priest from one parish to another to cover up complaints like hers.
You're already in a vulnerable position when you are in the confessional.
It's seen as a sacred space.
As a predator, he took advantage of that vulnerability.
This woman says confession with Father Izzy escalated to assault.
I was completely terrified.
She says the priest touched her inappropriately, then wouldn't let her leave.
I didn't know what to do.
This woman never called police. She told herself she didn't have to. She says she trusted the diocese when they told her they'd take care of the issue.
We fully expected to have their full support of us. And when that didn't happen, it was alarming to all of us. They don't do anything to keep us safe. And for that reason, I don't go to confession anymore.
She says when she complained, she was told there was nothing the diocese could do. After all, confessions are confidential, secret.
They could not ask him what happened because of the seal. I understand that my words are protected, but his actions are not.
Still, Father Izzy remained at St. Thomas More.
To continue to attend Mass and receive communion from him, it felt like we were being put in our place.
A lawsuit filed by this woman and 5 others with similar stories claims the diocese knew about Father Izzy's behavior before he arrived at the Northwest Austin Parish in 2012. The suit alleges the diocese received similar complaints about Izzy while he served in at least 4 other previous parishes in the area.
All of the suffering that we have endured could have been prevented if the diocese had taken care of this.
After St. Thomas More, Father Izzy was moved again to Brenham, Texas, where he served as an associate pastor.
There should be zero tolerance for this behavior, period.
Now the women behind the lawsuit are demanding protection from priest abuse for everyone.
I don't understand why they will not make the necessary changes to their policies to include every person. And that's what this lawsuit is about. We want them to change their policy. We don't want to change our faith.
The lawsuit says Father Izzy's time in Brenham only lasted about a month. As more accusers at St. Thomas More continued to come forward, the diocese tells us he was ultimately removed from active ministry, meaning he is still a priest, but he is not allowed to do anything in public as a priest.
And it is important to remember Father Izzy has not been convicted of any criminal charges related to this civil lawsuit.
That's right, and none of the accusers have gone forward to police either at this point.
And now that the diocese list of accused clergy is out, many hope that it prompts people to come forward to law enforcement with any abuse allegations, of course.